Welcome back to the Check Swing Podcast with myself and, of course, the brains and brawn of the whole show, the whole situation. My man, Coach Miguel Santa is over there ooh, in the fresh Hilldale fit. In the fresh Hilldale fit, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at you at all. I ain't mad at you not one bit. Actually, I'm almost jealous. You ain't supposed to be
Man,
jealous of your friends, so I'm almost jealous.
don't
Almost.
don't don't be too jealous. This is the first time I've ever worn a 100% wool jersey. I don't know how they did it back in the day.
Which actually, you know what? You just reminded me just at this moment that I'm supposed to have. I gotta check my. I'm supposed to have order the Jackie Robinson jersey. It was supposed to be here like almost 2 weeks ago, and it's like stuck in transit. I gotta find out what's going on with that. I keep forgetting to. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. I was about to go off on a whole tangent. Welcome back to the show. This is the Check Swing Podcast here on New Twist Radio. If you are new to the show, go ahead and we appreciate you if you hit that like button or hit that subscribe button on the New Twist Radio channel or wherever you might be checking the show out at. Over there with Miguel on his Instagram and all that good stuff. I fumbled with mine, so it just ain't up there. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna have some fun with it. We appreciate y'all hanging with us right now. Goose says, "What up, fellas?" As
Goose.
I'm checking into the game. It's still in good hands right now. We still have a good handle on it. So nobody needs to go and check out that game because we got you. But so many things to talk about. We got the Eagles, Rams, the whole thing, the Phillies magic number and all like that. But before we get into all that, I gotta ask my folks how they been. So Miguel, how you been?
I've been good, sir. I just realized you forgot to play the thing in the intro.
Oh, I just realized that too.
It's okay.
So this what we gonna do.
We're gonna act like the first 5 minutes never happened.
We just gonna do it like this. We just gonna do it like this. Yeah, I had to just I'm messing up over here. Oh Lord, I'm messing up. Hit the wrong button over there. I'm just lauding in the moment. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm just in the moment right now because that was I lost my voice a little bit. I don't know if anybody is watching, follows, or is friends with me on Facebook or whatever, but I put on Facebook after that. I said, yeah, I think I lost my voice a little bit. And every now and then, since then, like my voice will kind of go, it won't crack and like I'm going through puberty, but it'll give me the like I got a cold or something. I don't know. Maybe I did some damage to the vocal cords. I don't know. Um, but Miguel, let's get back to
Sure.
the question. How you been?
Been good. I was watching that game on the way home from I don't even know if I should say I'm recovering from probably the most challenging um, coaching situation ever. Um,
How so?
so we were at a tournament, in Pennsylvania, and this particular organization does, they're very strict with the pitch counts, and I was very short this weekend on pitchers, and judging by the scores, um, it was pretty evident. So we got outscored 43-7 over the course of 3 games. And so it was a learning experience for the guys, but it's like the challenge with coaching fall ball is that, I have a roster of like 16, but I really only have like 10 to 11 that are active because of other sports. So fall is always the challenge. And you and I have experienced that as coaches.
Kids
So
play
you're going to
soccer,
have to,
kids play football. They
yeah,
run cross country.
right.
Whatever sports are out there, they do those things, and baseball falls to the wayside. But what up, Tara? Tara's there too, and so I'm pretty sure that she's like put in an emoji, but instead of the emoji showing up on my side, I don't know what you see. It's almost like a command. It says
Right.
hand waving. So
Hand pink waving.
yeah,
So,
so that's why I was like this because I
oh, hi,
want to put that
Tara.
in while you were talking. So that was kind of like that was weird. It was weird.
What's
It would have been even more weird if I put it in while you were talking.
right? That would have been weird. But is Tara the one that has the friend?
The friend.
We'll talk about it after the show.
You talking about from the show?
Yeah.
Well, it's Tara from the show.
She said,
Tara
"Oh,
from the
sorry."
10th show. It's that Tara.
Gotcha.
So if that answers your question, I'm not sure, but she said, "Oh, sorry." No problem. No problem. It wasn't your
we
fault.
we could probably see the emoji if we're actually on YouTube. So maybe I'll check to see.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So let's get back to let's talk about the Eagles a little bit. All right. Played the Rams on Sunday. We had no no if they must be calling. Oh, it's probably your update about the Phillies. Phillies won their game, so they have now clinched the bye. Good for them. I'm personally, Miguel, I'll be honest with you. I know we're supposed to be talking about the Eagles, but we might as well talk about the Phillies now since they have clinched that bye. Um, I wasn't too sure I wanted them to have it. I think I may have mentioned it on the show. I know I mentioned it in other conversations. I wasn't too sure I wanted to eat the Phillies to have that bye because they were kind of rolling. And then all of a sudden it's going to come to a stop for a week. And then they got to pick it back up. And I know the Dodgers did it last year.
Well, it was the Dodgers and the Yankees. And I think they were the first two first round teams since the new format to go to a World Series.
So maybe they have the formula.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they have the formula. Maybe the Phillies can follow that formula. Follow the Dodgers formula more so than the Yankees because Dodgers end up winning the World Series. Sorry, Yankee fans. But it would just kind of you emulate the person that won. But I mean, how are you? So it sounds like you're cool with the bye.
I'm starting to be.
I mean, no, I didn't want them to lose games. I don't want anybody thinking that.
Well, no, it's not even. It's not even about that. It's just like we talked about momentum. Having the ability to you know carry over consistency, and it's like sometimes if there's too much of a break, then yeah, you get rusty, and or you just start. So I think what they tried to do last year is they had like a lot of simulated games, and the pitchers they actually pitched on their scheduled day of pitching, so to keep them kind of fresh.
Well, we see how that worked out, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we also we don't have Carlos Estevez or whatever his name was throwing a fat fastball right over the heart of the plate with the bases loaded to Francisco Lindor. So I don't think we'll have to worry about that.
Well, we'll have to worry about the next one that ends up doing it. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that.
You know what though? Like I don't know. I feel better that we have one of the best closers in baseball because we haven't had a closer. Even when we were in the World Series the last time, we did not have a closer, a legit closer. It was closer
I
by committee.
feel I let me tell you something about that. I feel a little less. I'm a little less confident about him right now than I was when the Phillies first acquired him.
And why is that?
Because I believe like his. I heard something today that like his entire time with the Twins, he blew 3 saves. He's already blown 2 saves with us this year. Don't mean much, right? It don't mean a whole lot, right? Blown
It
saves,
don't.
they happen. But my feeling was we were getting that dominant. Um, was Chapman type of closer.
But
That's what
that's what
kind
he.
of felt we were getting, and Chapman had his moments too. But I want him to be more Chapman than
But he's better than Chapman.
he is right now. Probably, yeah. I'm talking about Chapman in his day. Chapman was a bad boy. Let's not forget.
Yeah, he
Um,
was.
the phones are up. Y'all want to hit us up? The phones are up. Um, but if you want to leave your thoughts into the chat, you can do that. But you can also leave your thoughts and you can text us on the text line at 484-60606. Oh, God. I thought I was going to get away with it this time, Miguel, but it didn't work out. 484-606-6061. That's 484-606-6061. Hit us in the chat. Or, of course, you can give us a call at 669-275-0548. All right. But, of course, like I said, you can also leave your comments in the chat. Eagles and Rams, right? The Eagles and Rams, a tale of two halves. Feels like you kind of say that a lot, in sports sometimes these days. A tale of two halves. Eagles came out. Let me see if I remember this correctly. Eagles came out and correct me if I'm wrong. The Eagles scored first, right?
Yeah, there was an interception.
Yes. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what happened. Interception and the Eagles ended up scoring first. Awesome. That was great. Ended up scoring first. Then they just couldn't move the ball anymore. It seemed like they couldn't move the ball. Running game wasn't working. They were, I don't even what you would really call them passing plays. I don't, it just looked bad. It just looked poor, right? Um, and at halftime, I believe what the Rams were up 19-7.
20. No, it was 20, 21, 22-7, something like that.
Was it? I thought it was 19. Anyway, whatever it was, the Eagles wasn't close. And then you get to the second half. And Jalen gets blown. Jalen got blown up a couple times in that game. We can go into that if you want to, but he got leveled a couple times in that game. But it was almost like they flipped a light switch, Miguel. They start passing the ball. They start passing the ball downfield. Patullo got in front of the media earlier this week, and he said, they in the first half, they were doing things that we didn't anticipate that we hadn't seen on tape at all. So they had to make the adjustments after looking at seeing what they were doing. They had to make those adjustments at halftime, and boy, did they make those adjustments. I don't know if you would call it luck or if you would call it, skill, but they made those adjustments. Your feelings on the game and the tale of two halves, Miguel.
I would actually attribute it there to determination, and I say that because there was a video that came out during the game, and I don't remember if it was a clip from the game, from the actual broadcast, or something else, but it was Hurts yelling at the offensive coordinator or yelling, talking like, and it was almost like he was making a plea for a change.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, that's when he started. I think it was like 2 passes, to AJ, and then the big pass to Goddard over the middle, and then they scored so quickly.
Yeah.
Then the defense held, so that's when they started making their comeback. But it was at that point, and you've seen many quarterbacks do it. There's videos all of Brady, yelling at his offensive line, or Brady going back and forth with his offensive coordinator. It's like that's what you look for in a leader. I mean, you don't want them to be disrespectful, of course, but it's like, look, I see something. Let's make the change and let's open it up. Let's stop being conservative. Let's be aggressive and let's do this. And he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget. I heard a conversation along the lines of like Jalen Hurts will pretty much do what you ask him to do. He won't, he may call an audible here and there, but he's going to run the play that you call, which was similar to what McNabb did. But I think, the comparison between him and McNabb, but it's different areas still. But I think McNabb changed his game to a fault, and I think held back in certain areas. Like, it was always the thing of him not running as much anymore, and him like getting so big and, trying to be this gunslinger, but being safe with the ball, stuff like that. Whereas Jalen Hurts is a little bit more, he takes more risks. Because there was a couple of balls that like I think he threw into like the triple coverage a couple of times to AJ Brown that probably should have been picked off, but
You know what, Miguel? I noticed something about myself in watching the games. Um, I want to get to the place. It's where I want to get to a place with Jalen at quarterback that I was with Carson Wentz at quarterback before Carson Wentz goes down with the injury. Okay, here's what I mean by that.
mhm.
There was a point when Carson Wentz that MVP year Carson Wentz was having, right?
Mhm.
When Carson Wentz dropped back to pass, he doesn't see something, he takes off, right? He drops back to pass, he sees something, he throws it. I was at a point with Carson Wentz, if he was throwing the ball, that I knew he saw something open, and I had no doubt in my mind the ball's not getting picked off. The receiver's going to catch the ball. I'm excited when I see him, rear back to throw the ball because I'm like, all right, bet we moving downfield. I'm not there yet with Jalen, and I don't think it's not Jalen's fault, but I think it's the team's fault. With like last year, and I'm not complaining because I enjoyed every minute of it. They were a run first team last year, and Saquon ran all over everybody. So I didn't get to see Jalen throw the ball as much. The first Super Bowl year of Jalen's, I was there, and then that half of first half of that next year, he's throwing a lot of interceptions. I kind of fell off of that, so I want to get back to that because that feeling when Carson was quarterback was a good feeling. Can you
So
speak on that? Because I know you want to. I felt like you were like you wanted to jump in. Go ahead.
so winning the Super Bowl didn't help.
Only because it was one game. Right? We didn't have to see it the entire year. Hold on. It was one game. It was
Biggest
one
game
game.
of the biggest game on
It was
earth.
great. It was the biggest game there is, but it was still a game, right? I it was a football game. It was still 60 minutes. It was a football game. It was still 100 yards. It
The
was just
Super Bowl.
it was the Super Bowl. It was the Super Bowl. Now he did the same thing in the previous Super Bowl. He did, and I was there
Mm.
because he did it for that whole season. He balled out that whole season.
Mm.
Came back the next season, started turning the ball over a lot. Took me out of that. So I get nervous when he throws the ball now. I hope that I get to that point with Jalen because the performance he had the other day is what'll get me there. He has a performance like that again this week. I think I'll probably be there. I think I'll be on that side of the fence for sure. Will I be in that house? I'll be at the door. I'll be at the door. He puts another one together. I'll be in the house.
I have this feeling like unless like I think the only way that fans will really be or analysts or professionals will be on board fully with Jalen Hurts is if he wins like 3+ Super Bowls. I don't think it's going to be, even if he wins like a second one this year, I still think there's going to be like,
I know what you're saying. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm on board with Jalen Hurts. I
mhm,
know it doesn't sound like everyone else. I'm on because I know Jalen Hurts is going to do what it takes to win.
right,
I don't need him to throw the ball for 500 yards
right,
a game as long as we win. If we're winning, I'm
exactly,
happy.
right,
I said a few shows ago, Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback because elite quarterbacks do what needs to be done to win the game.
right.
They're ultimately winners.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean I won't get a little nervous the next couple weeks when he's throwing the ball. I guess there's a little bit of a memory PTSD kind of from the early on in that one season, and that season that just kind of went haywire.
You know what I still,
Come back real quick though. I can be back quick. Give me a few
but
weeks. I'll be.
but part of that is being a Philly fan. Like I think we as Philly fans suffer so much PTSD that, remember, we always joked about like it's halftime and the Eagles were up like 34-0, and we're like, well, they still have a chance to lose this. You know what I mean? Like we're still thinking of like how could they possibly lose this game?
Here's what I'm going to tell you because you're right. We have that. It's
Mm-hmm.
our generation and above. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
the younger generation they don't have that.
The, the,
They don't have that because they didn't go through what we went through. My
right.
daughter's 16 years old. She didn't go through what we went through. She didn't go through what people older. She didn't go through those years. She went through the years where I believe what was it 2017.
Mm-hmm.
She was like 9 years old.
Right.
Man, do you know what a championship in Philadelphia would have done to me at 9 years old? Like that's awesome. My team
So
can win it. I was Miguel until honestly, I'm be completely honest with you. Until 2008, I was of the mindset that my teams can't win championships. It's just not for us
mhm,
anymore. Like our time was 70s, the 70s Flyers, the 80s with the Sixers, 80s with the Phillies. That was our time.
yeah,
And the Eagles just ain't never gonna get it done. That was my mindset
right.
until 2008. Oh, it can happen. But I was still in the same spot with the Eagles, though. Like the Eagles, it just ain't gonna happen for us.
Man,
And it did.
I just remember growing up, and it's usually 3 out of the 4 teams were usually like the worst in their leagues. You know what I mean? Like I always like the first Sixer team. I well, it was weird when I was watching basketball with my brother, and I think it was like Barkley, like right before he got traded. Um,
Those
Mc-
teams
uh,
would get beat by like the Bulls or the Pistons.
yeah, yeah, they would always get. I think I was watching a playoff game with when they were playing the Bulls, and it was like with Mike Jaminski and I know, because he was the one that was he the one that was traded for Moses Malone or something like that.
Was it Mike Jaminski or was it I keep wanting to say Doug Moe, not Doug Moe. Oh man, I can't think. This crazy thing. I was just thinking about that trade the other day, but it was no, I don't think it was Mike Jaminski. It was well, go ahead, continue your story. I'll think of it.
Well, no, I just think about like all the teams that I like grew up with, and that was like the first Sixers team. Like it was like the last playoff team before like the Dana Barros Witherspoon era, where they were just horrible. Sean Bradley, and then that transition into the Flyers era where they were bad. They weren't terrible, but they were. It was like the year before they got Lindros and that whole big trade, but they still had like Brendan Moore and like Mark Recchi, and then the Phillies, who were just atrocious. And other than Lenny Dykstra and like Darren Dalton, you had like Tom Nieto, Tom Herb, Braulio Castillo, like who are these people?
Yeah, because a bunch of
Um,
some of them names I don't even remember.
man, I just remember like being in awe that these were Major League Baseball players, and then like being in awe that they're actually Major League Baseball players. You see the difference in sound, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um,
And these are the Major League Baseball players that are playing on my team.
right, and they just all happen to be garbage at the same time. Yeah.
um, yeah, it was rough. It was rough in the 80s and the 90s being a fan, especially when you were probably around people that, because the teams didn't win, they just wanted to be fans of teams that did win, like the Niners or the Bulls or the Pistons, or I mean, give me the Cowboys, right? You know, you just had people that just, they were just following, what they liked. Um,
So that Barkley trade, it was Tim Perry, Andrew Lang, and
oh, the
Jeff.
Barkley trade, yeah, the Barkley trade. I thought you meant the Moses trade. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I meant to. Yeah, and Jeff Hornacek.
Which Jeff Hornacek ended up being a really good NBA player. Dana Barros was decent. Tim Perry, I don't really know what happened with Tim Perry's career after the Sixers. I don't know.
Oh, Jeff.
What?
It was Cliff Robinson and Jeff Ruland.
Jeff Rulin. That's who it
Yeah.
was. Jeff Rulin. That's what I remember. Jeff Rulin. Um, yeah, it was rough. It was rough being a fan. Um, let's quick note for the Eagles fans out there. If you haven't heard, CJGJ got released. Why I keep going like this? What am I reaching for?
You always do it though.
I do. I always do. I gotta like I'm mushing somebody.
Right.
And I'm gonna keep doing it. Now I'm gonna notice it. CJGJ got released by the Texans. Um, a lot of fans, a lot of Eagle fans were really. We were not happy that the Eagles did not bring him back. We were not happy that they released him. And now there are some fans that want him better. Oh, CJG, go get him. He knows the system. He knows the locker room and all like that. Miguel, I'm gonna ask you where you are on it, but I'm gonna tell you I'm on the fence. Like if they get him, okay, cool. But I feel like if they get him, it 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 will mess up the growth of Andrew Makuba. And he's a rookie, and maybe he can learn something too. I would love to have him in there to learn, but CJ, you got to have him on the field. Put him in Blankenship's spot, but whatever. What's your feelings on it? Like CJGJ with the Eagles? I don't think anything has been announced yet. So
Well, there's certain people on this earth that should not be on podcasts, and he's probably one of them because he, after the trade, he made the comment that the Eagles traded me because to the Texans because the Eagles are scared of a competitor. Um, so it's like, I mean, he later apologized, somewhat, but which is the reason why I don't think the Eagles will go down that road again, unless it's absolutely necessary, where things get so bad with like Adoree Jackson that
shit, he got benched the other day. I'll tell you that.
as well he should. It's for I think I don't know if I had told you. Me and my buddies were texting back and forth, and his name auto corrects to Adobe Johnson. But so that's every time I hear Adoree Jackson, no, it's Adobe. But it's like why go to a team and the reasoning behind him getting cut, which of course is conjecture, as far as him complaining about allegedly he was talking about other players, not running the system correctly, and he's one of those vocal players. So Eagles usually tend to not like those type of players. However,
Roster twice.
what'd you say?
I said, but they had him on the roster twice. He was that
Right,
person twice.
and both times they got rid of him twice. So it's like,
Yeah.
but both times also remember he had that friction with Slay, and Slay's not around. So maybe, you know, I do like the fact I do like the fact that Fangio is the type of coordinator that he will build a system around the talent of his players, which is what I've always said about coaching. Like, the best coaches can put anybody in their system and they can make it work. And I think, but then he threw shade at Fangio too on the way out. It's like, you can't bite the hand that feeds you and then expect open arms to come back. You know what I mean? So
I just hope he doesn't land with the Commanders. I don't know if they would need him. I don't know their situation. I don't want him to land with the Cowboys. I don't want him to land with the Packers, the Rams, or the Lions. He's been on
dude,
them before, but
I would love for him to go to the Cowboys for the simple fact that he would be the only person on defense that knows how to like cover. Nobody else knows what they're doing on defense, so they're still gonna. So instead of them losing by 20, they'll probably lose by 18.
that means nothing to me.
I'm just saying.
That means nothing to me.
I don't think
I don't want to go to the Cowboys because I don't want to see him twice a year.
I don't care if he's on the Cowboys and then gets traded and goes to the Giants and we see him 4 times a year. It's not going to make no difference.
I don't want to see him twice a year. I like CJGJ. I don't want to see him twice a year. Let him end up in like Jacksonville. Let him end up in like I was about to say Houston. He just left Houston. Let him end up in like hell. Ryan's on watching the show. But let him end up in Indy. Y'all might be able to use him. I don't know the situation. Oh look. As soon as of course he's on a delay, but
with the first place, he stressed that the first
popped.
place Colts.
He could end up with the first place Colts. Daniel Jones doing his thing. How about that? Another thing I want to announce real quick. Brought to you last month, I believe, by Miguel. It has been officially announced that the Sixers are going to go with their throwbacks. The throwbacks for this season are the Iverson era black jerseys, the black uniforms. I always wanted the announcers to say, "Here come the men in black." Never did. But that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. It was a feel good time. It was a feel good time. The Sixers were a big deal in Philadelphia at that time. So, um, I know Miguel has like mixed feelings about the Sixers of that time, but I know you enjoyed when they had the success that they were having. I know you enjoyed that.
My favorite jerseys of all time were those the black and the occasional blues. But the black jersey
was my favorite from that.
Yeah.
The blue one that was like not a regular basketball jersey, but like the cutoff sleeve. I used to cut the sleeves off. That blue one. That one was
it's the exact same thing like the blacks. It's just blue. That's
right.
all.
But the blacks, they have the ones that are the jersey, and then they have ones that are cut. They have them both. They wore them both. Hold on. Doggone it. He's putting comments in. Doggone it. I'm trying to. He said you want to break a coach. See, you can't put in never mind right after you put in the first thing. I was like, yeah, we want to. Yeah, we don't have to save it for next week. We still got some time. It even made me lost my whole train of thought. The Sixers in their jerseys. Dope era. It'll be dope to see those again. I don't know how many times they're going to wear them. I don't know if it's going to be like what MLB does, and like the Phillies wear their City Connects every Friday, and then excuse me, I didn't think that was good.
Didn't think that one through.
It's gonna come out like that. I'm sorry.
That's going to be on our end of year bloopers.
My apologies. So if you don't know what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about these. Oh man, y'all ain't have to show me. Don't show me the current guys in these, man. It kind of takes away from it for me now. Kind of takes away from it for me now. I don't like them anymore now.
But you don't like the
I don't want to see these guys in those jerseys. I'm sorry. This picture has completely changed my mind. I do not want to see these guys in these jerseys. You know what? I'd rather see these guys. I'd rather see these guys in the Sean Bradley era jersey. I'd rather see them in the Sean Bradley era jersey. Right.
that was too much. That one's too busy.
Yeah, but like this is like
So is that the one with like the stars that are like
yeah,
fading up? Dude,
yeah,
that is the busiest
yeah.
Sixers
That was a weird one for the time. That was
that
a
Sixers
very weird.
jersey was made by somebody's grandma who worked at Kmart for 35 years.
That was a very weird jersey for the time. But I'm looking at these and I'm just like, yeah, Ryan, yeah. I think he's laughing. I don't know. I'm not sure what he might be
Break
laughing at right now, but
break the story.
I see that like I had a very good vibe when I knew it was coming, and then I see the guys in the jersey, and I'm just like ah ah. I don't
Is
think
it
any of them have the when I see this jersey, Miguel, I think of a team with heart. And I'm not saying these guys don't have heart, but they don't have the heart that team had. That team had heart. And that's why this city loved that team. Like I don't I would have to ask an old head. I'm an old head, to the young boys, but I have to ask an old head that's older than me. What team do you think was loved by Philadelphia the most in any era, whatever the era may be?
Ooh,
I feel like the Iverson team, like they didn't win the
yeah.
title, but for a team that didn't win the title and only really had one crack at it, I feel like they were probably the most loved Philadelphia basketball team of the time. Like I know like the 70s, 80s Sixers, like they were a very good team. People say they, had the best team in NBA history for like, to only be together in 1 year. Um and I'm sure that team was loved by the city too. But I feel like that Iverson team was like it was different. I feel like it was different.
Yeah.
I feel like it was different. Um
Because that was actually the Iverson team was the one that it kind of like Loki got me back into basketball for a brief period of time.
mhm.
So yeah.
That's kind of like how I say I was a wrestling fan as a kid, then I stopped watching,
Mhm.
and then what brought me back? The Rock. The Rock brought me back to wrestling, and once The Rock was kind of out, I was kind of done with it after that.
Actually, what brought me back to it was when Scott Hall and Kevin Nash in quote unquote invaded WCW. That's what got me
Oh
back to
yeah,
it. Yeah. Look at it. That's an. I'm sorry. Those jerseys were fugly. Okay.
yeah, they were for the time. For any time they kind of tear. They could have did a little something better with that. It has the whole. Well, it doesn't say 76ers, but it has the whole Philadelphia on there.
Like you ever hear the term like when you look at something you can hear it. Like I can hear this jersey.
You know what this jersey sounds like? And people that watch the Sixers consistently will know exactly what I'm talking about. This jersey, when I see this jersey, it sounds like that sound that they make after the Sixers make their second free throw.
Oh, that
Sound that they
bring,
play in the stadium.
the bring.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like twinkle and stars and stuff. That's what this jersey sounds like to me when I see it. That's probably what it is. That's probably where they got that sound from.
This jersey sounds like Do you remember a department store called Caldor?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Hmm.
That it sounds like there's a sale in the back in the discount aisle, and these shirts are available.
Yo, rest in peace to Sean Bradley. Um, yeah, Ryan, those old. I'm trying to get this picture out of here. Okay, there we go. You did it for me. Yeah, those Flight Brother era jerseys. I, I don't know how I feel about it anymore. I was really excited. Now I don't know how I feel about it seeing those guys in it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just the old head in me being old. I don't know.
I
But
like it. I mean,
I don't know.
yeah,
I almost feel like they're not deserving to wear it.
you got to earn that. Yeah, there's definitely something you got to earn.
Breaking news: New Aaron Judge just hit another home run.
Oh, breaking news, part two. No one gives a crap. Okay, moving on.
It's kind of what he does. Um. All right. I want to talk to you, Miguel,
Oh,
about something that I'm seeing as I'm starting to see it as a I'm starting to see it as an epidemic a little bit. As I'm trying not to sneeze. I'm trying very hard not to sneeze right now. It's like it's like right there.
dude,
I already,
you got a lot of noises coming out of you tonight.
I already belched on the microphone. Excuse me, everybody. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I'm good. It's the exhibition boxing game. I'm so I, in a, I'm on the fence. Like in a sense, I like it. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm interested in the whole Jake Paul thing. I'm interested in it. It's kind of like I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna see him get his behind kicked, but at the same time, I kind of want to see what kind of skills he got at the same time. Like, can he really do this? Like, can this really be his thing? And I'll be honest, like what I see, the kid ain't bad, right? The kid
Mhm.
ain't bad. I mean, the Tyson thing was questionable, but he's been in the ring with real fighters. So, um, and as we know, he's going to get into the ring with a legit fighter that is a recent champion. You can even call him a current champion. Um, much smaller than him, but he's going to get in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis out of Baltimore. That's why I'm bringing him because you in Baltimore having big fun with the wretched. And that I'm kind of interested in seeing, right?
Mhm.
But there's another fight, an- another exhibition fight that I'm only interested in seeing it, but not really from a boxing perspective. And that's the fight. That's the Mike Tyson Floyd Mayweather exhibition fight that's supposed to happen. I was actually on the phone earlier today talking to my cousin, and we kind of talked about it. And big Mike Tyson fan over here. Big Mike Tyson fan over here, right? I'm a big Floyd fan too. What I do not need to see any more of, God's honest truth, I do not need to see Mike Tyson in the boxing ring anymore. I don't. He said he doesn't give a damn about legacy. Cool, that's fine. Live your life, Mike. You're allowed. I want to see the baddest man in the planet when he steps in the boxing ring. And that's just not what he is anymore. He's what, 60 something years old, ain't he? 50 something, 60 something years old. You're not supposed to be the baddest man in the planet at that point. And
Right.
but at the same time, Miguel, I'm just gonna say it right now. They're probably not gonna have a winner in this fight. But I'm telling you right now, I'm picking Floyd to win the fight. I'm picking Floyd to win that fight. My cousin thinks I'm crazy. I'm picking Floyd to win that fight.
Why?
Miguel, you huh? Why?
Why? Hmm.
I'm glad you asked. Mike Tyson is an older gentleman that no matter, I feel like at some point in people's lives, what they do well at a young age, they will probably do well all of their life, but they won't be able to do it the same. And I'm just talking about sports. I'm talking about, competing in sport. They won't be able to do it at the same level that they've been able to do in their whole life, right? Like Michael Jordan goes out on his birthday every year and dunks, but he ain't going out there winning the dunk contest. You know what I mean? Barry Bonds could probably still hit the ball over the fence anytime he wants, but he ain't going out there to do it for 100 something games, 180 something games, right? Floyd has retired way more recently than Mike, right? Floyd is an expert artist of knowing how to win a boxing match without getting beat up. I feel like Floyd would use his speed, and it's exhibition. So Floyd uses his speed. He kind of moves around. Floyd avoids getting hit. You hit and not get hit. He avoids getting hit. I believe Mike Tyson would get very tired as that's happening. Floyd is smaller than Mike. I mean, he might be bigger now at a fighting weight, but he's a smaller person. He's a younger person. If Mike has to try to hunt down Floyd for 3 minutes, I believe his legs will be done. That's what I believe. So, in a nutshell, my whole dissertation, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is I think Mike is too old to win this fight against Floyd. I'm saying it on the show. The only way I see Mike winning this fight is if he has a power shot that goes to um, Floyd's jejunum, whatever that is.
Did you, did you say T'Challa instead of T'Challa?
His jejunum. I don't know what the word is. I heard it in a movie with where Will Ferrell played the ABA basketball player, and he had to get punched in his jejunum, whatever that is. The Goose said, "No way, I'm giving this fight that much thought. I have to. I have to, because there is such a population out there that thinks I'm crazy that I say Floyd will win this fight. And not only would he win, but I really don't think he has any trouble with it.
Oh, you think he's going to win easy?
I don't think he has. I don't think he has any trouble. I don't think he has any trouble with it. I kind of no, not the sternum, sternum right here. So there's a movie, I forgot what it was called, Tropic Thunder. I think that's what it's called. Where Will Ferrell plays an ABA player.
Oh no, that's not the movie.
What's it called?
Tropic Thunder is when that's
that's the dude. That's when what's name played the black dude.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. So the movie is called, I forgot, but Will Ferrell plays an ABA player. He like owns an ABA basketball franchise. My man from Outkast was a player in the movie and all like that. And he goes to see Woody Harrelson because Woody Harrelson plays for like the Celtics or something. He got kicked off the Celtics for something.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro, that's what it's called. And Woody Harrelson asked Will Ferrell something about, well, you never been hitting your jejunum. That's what your problem is. And he goes, well, what's the jejunum? And he punches him in it. And he ends up throwing up and all like that, but like his life changed or something. But anyway, I feel like if Mike punches Floyd in his jejunum with a hard Mike punch, that's one way he'll win the fight. But other than that, I really don't see Mike touching Floyd but so much, unless Floyd lets him do it. I really don't.
I
Go ahead,
don't.
tell me why I'm wrong.
I just
Changing
don't
my mind.
see.
What did they say? Changing my mind?
I just don't see what. I mean, I see it. Like, I guess it's a payday at the end of the day for these guys.
Exactly.
But it's like, is that really it? I,
Mm. Like Goose said, he said, "No way I'm giving that fight that much thought." I don't blame him. I gave it a lot of thought too. It's an exhibition fight, it's not. But they're gonna be talking about it like it's the real deal. You know whose fault this is, Miguel?
whose fault is it?
This is Sylvester Stallone's fault that we get this type stuff. You remember the very last Rocky movie? He fought Mason Dixon, but he
Mm-hmm.
came out of retirement to fight Mason Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's why it's Stallone's fault. I'm blaming him. It's Stallone's fault. And I blame him because he came to the link and opened up the link and we lost. And it was his fault too. All right, now back to it. Um are you changing my mind on that or not? You good?
Maybe when the fight comes near, if it like registers, but I just can't see two older men. Because when I think of Mike Tyson, I think of
You think of the baddest man on the planet.
I think of the baddest man in the planet. I think of that left uppercut, like what I mean.
But let
The
me tell you, let me just say this and maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. When I saw Mike get into the ring, and I feel like Mike had an injury in that fight with Jake Paul. I feel like he had something wrong with his leg. But when I saw Mike in that ring with Roy Jones, and I saw that Mike in the ring with Jake Paul, I realized something. I realized that Mike Tyson is no longer that baddest man on the planet. Now, that's not saying I'll let him hit me. No, no, no. I ain't getting in the ring with him. But he's no
I'll let
longer
him
the
hit me.
baddest man on the planet.
I'll let him hit me for $20 million. I'll be like, here's my chin.
I mean, I guess I'll do that. You know what I
Here's
mean?
my chinny chin chin.
Like if I didn't let Mike punch me, he got to have a glove on too. But if I didn't let Mike punch me for 20 million, there's probably a bunch of people that's watching this show that would punch me for free because I didn't let Mike punch me for 20 million. But there's probably one or two out there like, I understand. I understand. Real quick, Miguel, I know you're stumping me today. We got some videos we got to get to. Hall of Fame nominees for the NFL have come out. We're not going to get to them all today. But with that being said, that was perfect timing. We have the list of quarterbacks, 10 quarterbacks that have been nominated. Okay. I'll read them out to you real quick. Drew Brees, Randall Cunningham, Jake Delhomme, Rich Gannon, Jeff Garcia, Eli Manning, Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, Phillip Rivers, and Alex Smith. Now, Miguel, I want to go through these real quick and get your thought on do they make it? Do they make it this ballot? Do they make it at all? Do they never make it? And
Only
let's
one,
start with Drew Brees. I think that's probably the easiest one. Drew
yeah,
Brees.
I think he makes it.
First ballot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one, I'm biased. I'm going to try not to. Ryan said, "No, you won't. The average person dies from a Mike Tyson punch."
The average person.
And I'm below average.
I'm under average.
I'm under average. Randall Cunningham. This is. I'm having a very hard time with this one. I want to be like, yeah, but go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I would say the same thing because like his career in Philly was like, you know, he had the resurrection after he left the Eagles with the Vikings. But I don't know if there's enough there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's that.
And it's not even about winning championships or anything with it. I just think there was just so much left on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And this is like a perfect example, Miguel, of what I said to you a few months ago. You kind of everybody looked at me like it was crazy. Mitch Green did it for free. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He did it for
Mhm.
free and he got paid too. He did it for free one time, made that mistake, and he got paid for it, made that mistake too. Um, what was I saying, Miguel? Doggone it. Um, oh man, I had a great point, probably the best point I would have ever had on the show. Uh, um, when I think about Randall Cunningham, I know I was going to say it wasn't the best point ever. A few months ago, I said something to you, and people think I'm like crazy. I say they should change the Hall of Fame to the Hall of Greats, and then have a Hall of Fame for the famous players, right? Because of what you said, because of what you said, I don't know if Randall ever gets in, right?
Mhm.
But Randall as an entity, like who he was, what he represented, he's got to get something for that, right? Like
Yeah,
he was the ultimate weapon. Like he was the first one to do what almost all quarterbacks are kind of geared to do now. Like he was the first one.
and
It is
people
exciting.
yep. And he had one of the longest runs in NFL history. He had one of the longest punts in
I
NFL
believe it's
history.
still the longest punt in NFL history.
I believe it was what, like 94 yards or
90
something
something.
outrageous.
It was something crazy.
Um, but yeah, he revolutionized. He broke the mold in that position.
Absolutely.
And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we need a mobile quarterback, and we need the Michael Vicks, and
Hmm. Yep. I'm like I think Randall broke the mold, but Michael Vick kind of changed the game, right? I feel like if Randall had won one ring, no doubt in my mind he gets in the Super
I
Bowl. I mean,
I
gets the
don't
Super Bowl. No doubt
I
in my mind
don't
he gets in the Hall if he had won one.
I don't I think he would have had to win more, to be honest with you. I
See,
don't
I,
think one.
I don't. So first ballot, absolutely, I agree. But because of like what you see today and the effect he had on the game, I feel like he belongs in there. If he had won a ring, he would definitely be in there. I really do. But let's keep it moving because we were having too much fun. Jake Delhomme, I don't even. I must have missed something
No,
in Jake Delhomme's career. He did get to a Super Bowl, but I must have missed something.
no, you didn't.
That's
He
not a name I would have ever thought of
No,
nominated.
absolutely not.
So you're saying he never gets in?
No, absolutely. Look, Ty Detmer would have a better shot than Jake Delhomme, personally. Any Detmer would have.
Detmer, I don't think a Detmer started in the Super Bowl though. That's the only thing.
Mm,
Rich Gannon,
no,
no, ever.
I don't know. I doubt ever. Because again, like, I think Rich Gannon play in that the one Oakland Super Bowl against Tampa Bay? I think that was the one. I think
Yeah,
he played in the Super Bowl against
he
Tampa
was
Bay.
starting quarterback, I believe, in that one.
Right, but yeah, I don't, like, other than that, like, what, he didn't revolutionize the position. He was serviceable, but not like. And I would say the same thing for Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia. Yeah, I don't. That's another one. I'm like, did I miss something?
No,
Eli Manning. I think Eli gets in. I don't know. I don't think first ballot, but I think he gets in.
yeah, not definitely not first, but he just threw so many interceptions in between the Super Bowl years. He was the worst quarterback.
The
Um,
funny thing is, I feel like people don't even think about that.
they think about he beat Brady twice.
He beat Brady twice. He's a Manning. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
kind of brought the Giants back to life,
yeah,
but defense
it
but
might be
he was
by
the quarterback
default.
at the time. Um, McNabb.
He's probably the most annoying Eagle ever.
I don't. So just like I would be surprised to see McNabb get in. And I'm a Eagles fan. I'm a McNabb guy. So it's I think it's my conviction. I'm feeling bad saying it, but phew, I don't see it.
I think the issue with McNabb is that the passive aggressiveness didn't help him. And, granted, personality should not be the only factor that gets you into the hall. But even as I look at his numbers, it's like he never really led the league in anything. And it's like
Never won an MVP.
never won an MVP. And I still think he left a lot. He changed his game to be too one sided. Like he literally, you know what I mean? I think he left a
That
lot
was
on
the
the
biggest
table.
mistake of Donovan McNabb's career. Now, it probably helped him extend his career, but I
Right.
feel like that was probably one of the biggest mistakes of his career because, as you see, what we're seeing now, every quarterback is mobile except for Matt Stafford, right? So he could have caused a lot of problems, because we saw what RG3 like. I'm kind of mad I didn't get to see what RG3 could have been because he was tough. But anyway, we're not talking about them. Steve McNair. I think Steve McNair gets in at some point. I'm not sure if this is his first time on the ballot, but I think he does get in at some point. I would love to see him get in as he put Alcorn State on the map nationally when he was at Alcorn State. Alcorn State's a HBCU. Alcorn State was on Sports Center when it was Stephen Air McNair. I hope that Steve McNair gets into the Hall of Fame eventually. I don't think he's a first ballot, but I think he gets there eventually. He might be the sentimental pick because I believe he was killed. I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe shot by a mistress, which I don't think the NFL is going to want to touch. But
Yeah, he was. I believe. Yeah, I think you're right. He was shot by a female. Excuse me. So what's your thought? Do you think he gets in ever?
to me, he's kind of along the lines of McNabb. Played in the Super Bowl, lost, but you know, because it was what him, McNabb, Culpepper. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about Culpepper too. But yeah, I don't think he gets in.
Okay. Philip Rivers.
Philip
So
Rivers. Philip Rivers should get in for the simple fact that he has like 19 children.
I always felt like Philip Rivers was one of the more overrated quarterbacks of that era. Not because he wasn't good. I didn't feel like he wasn't good. I just felt like people talking about how great he was, but the results kind of just wasn't there. We never saw him in the Super Bowl.
He was always one game away every year. It was always, and
Couldn't
it
get over
was
that hump.
couldn't get over the hump.
I mean, and that's kind of like, what I think about McNabb never winning MVP. He played in the era with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady.
Right,
Part of his career, Brett Favre was there. Like he
but
played in the era where the quarterback competition was ridiculous. So
right, and he should have made because didn't he have at one point like LaDainian Tomlinson and
yeah,
was Darren was it was him and Darren Sproles were the same were the
yeah,
dual threat, right? It's
yeah.
like how do you not win with that?
I don't know. And this name, I must have missed something here too. This name, I was completely surprised to see this name on the ballot. Alex Smith is on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. Did I miss something?
Not at all. It doesn't belong there. He probably had the most gruesome next to Dak, next to
Theismann.
Joe Theismann, the most gruesomest leg injury, and almost died from a staph infection, I believe. After that, so his story is amazing, but not Hall of Fame worthy, unfortunately.
He's got a Hall of Fame story, but
just not the numbers.
I was very surprised to see that. I was just very surprised to see it. Ooh. Oh, I could have did that, made it look better the whole time. Live and you learn. Now I know how to get it down. All right. So, I'm thinking we'll go through some other positions, some other times. We have some time before they're announced, right? We got a little bit of time, right?
Right.
And before we get into our videos, I want to give a quick rest in peace to Bernie Perrant. Met that man a few times. Very nice to me. Act like first time he met me, act like he knew me. Like, he made you feel like he knew you already. Real good dude, man. Shout out to rest in peace. Shout out to him, Bernie Perrant.
The greatest goaltender,
right?
Huh?
He was part of the back-to-backs, wasn't he?
Back-to-back. Yeah, he was part of the back-to-backs. He was the greatest goaltender to this day in Flyers history. His career ended short though, because even though he wore like the Jason mask back in the day, there's video of it. I think somebody had shot a puck and the blade of the stick went through the eye hole.
Ooh.
And permanently blinded, damaged his eye, his retina, and that was his last game. It's actually on YouTube if you ever look it up.
I'm good. That description was.
It didn't look bad. His reaction to it was like, it looked like he was trying to push his eye back in, but you don't see anything. But
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. So you have some videos, right?
Yeah. So the first one we'll dedicate to Ryan Hunter, who's watching as a New York Yankees fan. But some celebrations tend to become a little awkward, so I'll let you be the judge.
All right.
Doing it in a Yankees uniform.
Yeah, very. That's the best feeling right there.
Oops, hit the wrong button. So
that's why they're not going to win the World Series this year, by the way. So
here we go. See, don't jinx anybody. That's why I don't do that no more. I feel like I'll be jinxed. Anyway, I feel like every celebration has one of those moments. Like, that's why I'm like, when like my team wins and they celebrate, I'm like, I don't want to see for the next year a meme when the guys on my team and an awkward looking type of, I don't want to see that. So so Ryan says only champions know that feeling.
I think he missed the point.
So he's on a little bit of a delay, but yeah. All right. So we have another one here.
So this next one is one of the best Matrix slides I've ever seen, and you tell me if he's safe or out.
Pickoff play at second, and Fitzgerald is saying he got his hand back in, and he did somehow, some way.
Swim move.
How did he avoid that tag? He was out by plenty. The ball beat him, but then Fitzgerald was able to avoid the tag. Unbelievable. Neil. Incredible. I mean, this is amazing.
Wow. He's safe. I thought maybe he kind of got hit that part of the glove at one point, but it's not definitive to me.
No,
he definitive, then we wouldn't be looking at the video. But
right.
Wow. Wow. And that kind of part of that really kind of lands on the fielder. Like you can't be lazy with that tag.
That exactly, because I've had that.
Oh, I got him. You know what I'm saying? Like you're sliding right into it. You can't be lazy with that tag.
I've had that happen to a couple of our players, like between the last summer, and I'm like, just
Don't be lazy
like,
with the tag.
yeah.
Ryan said,
So-
not only was he safe, he was never touched.
He wasn't. Upon the replay. So this next one was from Sunday's embarrassing win over the Bears over the Cowboys. They're so excited in such a young team that they're still learning how to celebrate.
Don't you know I started Caleb Williams on my fantasy team last week too? Over
Did you-
Jared Goff.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Good
Oh,
week.
Yo, it's the sound effects that help though. Tom and Jerry sound effects. It helps. All
Missed
All
it
right.
completely.
right, that was that's like I feel like he did that on purpose. I'm hoping he did that on purpose. See, he was like, what he thought Bull was going to jump. What was he aiming for? I don't know.
I don't know, but whatever he tried to do and didn't.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. Closing the phone lines now because he's about to stump me. So we're gonna close the phone lines and we're gonna get off of the chat. So my chat is down and we know somebody in the chat will put the answer in, but I won't see it. So Miguel is stumping me today, y'all. And if you have not been privy to this part of the show, this is part of the show where Miguel gives me a jersey number, a sport, and some accolades of the player. And I have to guess who he's trying to who the player is. So, excuse me, I wasn't sure how that one was going to come out, so I had to turn
What?
I had to belch.
Oh, okay. You look behind you. I'm like, what? Okay.
All right, so 6-time Pro Bowler. So that means this is a football player. 2-time All Pro, which means he made the All Star game twice. No, that was for the first part. Yeah, you feel me trying to stall, right?
Yeah.
6-time Pro Bowler, which means he made the All Star game 6 times.
He's like, he wore Nike cleats. He wore shorts.
2-time All Pro, which means he was All County. Or he was All State. Let's say he was All State. And he's the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he's on the All 2000s team, or is that what that is?
He's on the Hall of Fame of the 2000s team. Not in the Hall of Fame himself, but you know how like there's certain teams that go to the Hall of
It's
Fame.
like the 90s, the 80s, 2000s. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. So wait a minute. So they have like a all 2000s team, and then they have a
like an all 2010s team.
But I mean, like they have an all 2000s team, and then they have like a Hall of Fame of that team.
Mm-hmm.
Why have I not been privy to this? Almost opened up the chat. Okay, so here we go. Let me stop stalling because I have no idea. I have no idea. All 2000. Okay, so we're gonna say the Skins.
Yep.
The Birds.
Mm-hmm.
What team is that? The last team is the Lions.
The last team is the Lions. Yeah, the one in between that is the
Who is that?
San Francisco 49ers.
And this is the order in which this person played on these teams?
Yes.
2. Hall of Fame of the All 2000s team. Played for 4 teams. So what position? I mean, there's only a few positions it can be because of the jersey number. But what's the position?
Offense.
Offense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to tell me the position, but you're going to tell me they play offense.
Correct.
So that nails it down to what? 3 positions. Oh, he went. I'm trying to think. Played for the. Okay, then can I ask you this? What team did he play for the longest?
The Eagles.
Eagles. Mm-hmm. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm stalling. Wow. I'm so. I feel like I should. Hall of Fame. All 2000s team. All 2000s. Play for the Eagles. Dude. I know Vic was number 7. That was 5. And Vic never played for Washington. Damn, who played for number 7? And played for the Eagles for a long time, huh? How many years did he play for the Eagles? I don't want to answer that text because it might be somebody telling me who it is.
Or yelling at you.
Or yelling at me. I feel like I really should know that. Like I'm very number 2. Who the hell was number 2?
Let me get the actual years because it was a long time.
Number 2? Who was number 2?
He played for the Eagles for 12 years.
And wore number 2 the whole time?
Correct.
You got to be kidding me right now. Okay, tell me what year he came to the Eagles.
98.
'20 was, but he didn't play for that.
All right, I need a guess. I need your 3 guesses.
Played for the Skins first, and then you said he played for the Eagles for 12 years. Did you say that?
Yes.
Played for the Eagles for 12 years?
No, he played for the Eagles for 12 years.
Shut up. Play for the why? I'm completely blanking. And you said went to the Niners because I know Westbrook went to the Niners after playing for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. He didn't get to the Philly in '96, and he didn't play for the Skins first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who played for us and then went to the Niners. Westbrook roared. No, I have Westbrook's jersey. I know he was like number. It wasn't number 2. I put it like that. It wasn't number 2 for the Eagles.
I like how you have the jersey and still don't know the
number. I'm thinking him, thinking Shady. I'm not pleased right now. Offense, and Pro Bowler 6 times.
So if I tell you a certain aspect, you actually may get it, and I don't want to give you the clue because I technically.
Okay, you've said enough.
Okay, go ahead.
You've said enough, but what I will say is, if this is correct, because it all makes sense now. Mm-hmm. It all makes sense now. Mm-hmm. Is it offense? Or is it a point scoring team?
Yes.
Gotcha. It's David Akers. So in my defense, which I really don't have much of a defense, I had no idea he came from Washington. I did not know where he came from.
I believe, if I remember correctly, he was a walk-on in Washington. And I think it was one of those because people forget that our current kicker was with the Bengals for a short period of time before he came over to the Eagles, and then he has become one of the greatest kickers ever. But he started out with the Bengals. Matter of fact, so much so that I have 2 pictures of him with the 49ers. I cannot find a picture of him with Washington.
So here's what I'm going to say. Because you threw me off. That was slick. You threw me off.
Because as soon as I tell you,
yeah, you're right. As soon as you tell me,
I say special teamer, but technically it is
because that was good. That was clever of you to pick. I'm saying in picking this, that was clever. That was good one by you. That was good by you. And then like when you started talking and it made like 12, like who the hell played 12 years? And was that okay? That was good. That was a good one. Got it on my first guess.
After you went through Brian Westbrook and
no, because I'm thinking, I'm like, I know Brian Westbrook went to the Niners after that, but did he go to the Latin? But he didn't he's from the DC area. He didn't play for DC. And I'm like, but he had double digits. And I'm like, oh, who could this be? That was on the out. And I'm thinking, wide receiver, quarterback, running back. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, there was nobody that was number 2 that made no sense. That was good when that was clever. And that was great. I like it. I like it. Let me get this thing out of here now. All right, there we go. That was a lot. Because I was racking my brain. Like he's a 6-time. He's a Hall of and I can't think of who this person is on offense. Like he did this. Like he was that good on offense, and I cannot. That was good, man. I'm gonna be telling people about this one. I'm telling people about that. Ryan said he was only with Washington for 1 game.
He was still with Washington.
That's probably why you can't find a picture though. You probably had to find like a football card.
Right. Like I don't. He probably did. He probably. I don't even know if he had any stats in that game.
So, thing is, talking this smack ain't really. I mean, it's not really smack talk, but seeing how his career turned out, I bet you Washington was kind of like, damn, we got rid of that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ended up being pretty good. Could he be? I don't know what gets kickers into the Hall of Fame. Like Morton Anderson's probably Hall of Fame. Grammatica probably Hall of Fame. Like what gets a kicker into the Hall of Fame? I feel like you don't really see anyway. But that's another discussion.
Consistency and longevity. Those are I think the 2 things for a kicker.
I guess, but we gotta know who you are too.
Absolutely.
That means you gotta play for a good team at some point. Well, with that being said, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast with myself and with, of course, the brains and brawn of the situation, Coach Miguel Santa over there. We will talk to you guys next week when we recap the Eagles and the Bucs. And we got, you know what, Miguel, we got to look at the schedule predictions and just see where we are with it.
Okay.
See where we are with it. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast. We will talk to y'all next week. We out of here. Peace.
Until we meet.